Okay, how to create a proposal on Solo. So this is the software that we're going to be using when we are looking for proposals for purchases. So we have Sunrun for the power purchase agreement, which is the utility option, and then we have Solo for the purchase when we're creating their options. That's all we're going to be using this for. Not signing anything here. It's just to create them a proposal. That way they can see their options. So the first thing you're going to do is go to solo.com. If you don't have this link, reach out to your mentor, your fire team leader, or one of your managers, and we can go ahead and get that for you. But if you've already got your logins, what you're going to do is go ahead and click this button at the top, new customer. So the purpose of this is essentially when we're looking at going ahead and, sorry about that. So when we're looking at when we get a potential lead, we're going to go ahead and create a proposal prior to the appointment. That way we walk in prepared and we know what we're walking into. So how we're going to do this is, to begin, you're going to go ahead and click and just enter in this random info. It'll be specific to the homeowner. If you don't have the phone number or the email, it's okay for now to go ahead and do this, because for these purposes, you're just creating the proposal. This is not something that's going to be sent out currently. If it is, you can go ahead and change this. So I'm going to do solar 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then we're going to pick a random address, 2180 South Colorado Boulevard. Then you click next. Now, obviously it'd be a home. We're going to go ahead and just confirm this for example purposes, but make sure that if it's not on the right home, you can go ahead and tap this little green dot to the correct place. And when you confirm that, this is where you're going to be able to enter in specific information to their utility. And so what we're going to do here, if you have these specific months already, you're going to go ahead and enter these in specifically. If you don't have the usage, you're going to go ahead and go to annual and then type in 15,000. Now, we want to make sure that we're doing the max fit. The reason being is because this will put as many panels as possible on the roof. That way you can kind of decide and change the layout. And I'll show you that here in a second. Proposal queue is going to go ahead and be real time. And then the utility company will be specific to where you're working. For example purposes, we're going to use Excel, but there's Fort Collins, Colorado Springs, IREA, all the ones needed. So always going to put self-gen, and then counties are specific to the zip code. So make sure that when you're putting this in, you don't know what county it is. You're looking up the zip code on Google, just searching what county is this blank zip code. So for this one, we're going to do Denver, and then you would just click submit. So when you click submit, it's going to bring you to a page that looks like this. Now, over here, it'll have all the chat logs. It'll have someone where you can real time chat with if need be, if you need to make changes. This is where you can change the email if you need to change the email, all that kind of stuff. When the proposal is ready, it's going to take around 10, 20, sometimes an hour. And so we're going to go ahead and click this. It'll bring you over to this tab. So all it did was change us from information to solar. Now we're going to go ahead and click this view icon. Now this will bring you up to the actual proposal. This is the proposal that you'll show with the customer facing. So this is what the customer will see, and this is interactive, meaning that you can change things on this. So for example, we can go ahead and edit the layout. If they want more electricity, you just tap the red and it will add it there. And it's important to remember that with Excel, it's 200%. For the other utilities, make sure you confirm with your manager or your fire team leader on what you should be using. For Excel, you can go up to 200% of their last 12 months. So when we're looking down through this, if you have to update the usage because you created off 15,000, you're going to go ahead and tap just one of these bars and it'll bring this up. This is where you can change the usage. You can either enter an annual or month by month. This here is where it will show you the offset, as well as you can change the average bill if it doesn't reflect the current one, or the correct price per kilowatt. And if you do not know that, go ahead again and check with your fire team leader. Now, this solar payment here, this is what it will be if they do not take the federal tax credit and if they put it towards the system cost. So if they claim it and put it towards the system cost, this won't change. But if they take it and they choose to put $8,000 in their pocket, then after 18 months, it just jumps up to 131 one time because they received $8,000, $8,500 in their pocket. Now, for the loan type, you're always going to want to choose a power switch 25-year. That's the most popular. You can obviously go through and scroll through, but get manager approval prior to. This is a great option for homeowners, and a lot of them like it because it's a low interest rate, allows no prepayment penalty. So when we look at these three lines at the top right, we're gonna go ahead, and there's only two things you're gonna click here really. First one is utility escalation. So this will be preset at 4. You're going to change it to 7 because that's what the typical has been in the last years. So with that, after that, the only thing that you would have to look at is the price per watt. Now, what this does is it essentially changes the overall system price, and it dictates on what you get paid on. So when we're looking at pricing customers, go ahead and ask your manager what is the fair price and what you should be consistently helping customers with, because at the end of the day, this is about helping customers and saving them money. And because of all the amazing rebates and stuff like that, this is a great opportunity for them to go ahead and do that. But you want to make sure that you're doing it correctly and that you know what you're doing prior to this, so that way you're truly helping the customer and there's no hiccups in the process. Now, that is essentially how to create a proposal. Actually, that is exactly how to create a proposal on Freedom or on Solo. So with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video. If you have any questions, please reach out to myself, Justin Smith, any of the managers, and we can go ahead and help you. But see you soon. Thanks.